Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Firewood at the Furnace. My name is Brad. Welcome to another edition of your First Fridays videos. It is the first Friday of May already. Time is just flying by. Hopefully spring is here now. We've had a couple of warm days and then back to winter time and then back to warm, so hopefully it's here to stay now. But on this past Wednesday's video, you saw us getting all that cherry over on the other side of the yard split and stacked. And we didn't have a chance to get to this ash pile up front here because of the problem with the splitter. If you didn't check that video out, I'll put a link at the top here. But today's goal is to get this pile of ash behind me, split and stacked as well on the new row. But before we get started, we got another little issue here with the splitter that we need to take care of, and I'm going to show you that in just a second, so stick around. So the other day when I was splitting on that cherry, I noticed that the push plate here on the ram was a little sloppy. And if you remember, when I first got this splitter, I had to replace the shims along the rail underneath this push plate. And I was thinking to myself, you know, they shouldn't wear out that quickly. I don't know why this thing's getting so sloppy. So after I concluded Wednesday's video, later on in the day, I took a closer look at it, and this is what I found. You can see let me get the camera down here, but underneath here there's 3 bolts that hold everything together. This nut is completely gone, and these 2 are fairly tight, but on the other side, and I'll show you, it's the same deal. The one's missing on the front, this one's loose, and this one's loose. So that explained the slop. So I headed to the hardware store this morning before I got started because I knew I was going to be here using the splitter again today. And I picked up some more nuts because those 2 nuts that are gone are MIA. They're nowhere to be found. I did check around where I was running the splitter the other day and couldn't find them. So I'm going to get these nuts back on here and get this put back together good and tight. We'll fire up the splitter and get to work. Well, I'm just noticing now that, you know, even when I put the shims in it last time, that there's no washers or lock washers that hold these nuts on. So I probably should get some lock washers. I guess the vibration might pull them loose a little bit, but we're going to give this a shot, see if we can get these tightened up. All right, the splitter is warmed up, the log lift is loaded up. This pile of ash over here will be getting split today. Time to get to work. So some of you had suggested in prior videos that I stack the wood on the very back of the trailer here so that I can get a little more wood in the trailer. If you've been following along, you know that this little yard trailer that I use, when I throw it in loosely, it ends up being just shy of 1/3 of a cord. So some of you had said if you stack the wood in the back of the trailer, you might be able to get a full 1/3 of a cord out of one trailer load. So I'm trying that today. I'm not sure if it's worth the extra time, maybe another 5 or 10 minutes to fill the trailer, just the time of stacking, and then you're splitting a little bit more wood into the trailer. So once we get over here and see how much wood it actually is, if it does make one full 1/3 of a cord, then maybe over the course of a day it might save me one trailer load by doing it this way. So let's get over here to the empty row, we'll stack it and see what we end up with. So anybody placing any bets on this? It's a little bit more wood. I think it's going to be closer to a face cord, but I'm not convinced it's going to be a full face cord. So what's your prediction? I'll set you up over here, put you in time lapse. There's Sonny and Cher out there grazing in the field this morning. The mini horses. Sonny and Cher. Sonny's looking at us. Let's see what we end up with here. Well, we still didn't make it. We're closer than we've ever been, but it's still short. So I guess if I really wanted to get 1/3 of a cord out of that trailer, I'd have to stack it a couple rows deep and maybe a little higher. But I don't think that's worth the time and effort. I think I'll just continue doing what I've been doing and get just shy of 1/3. And yeah, I mean, it was worth a shot, but I think I'd have to stack it like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 rows deep. And if I'm going to take the time to stack it in the trailer and then take it out to stack it again, that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I tell you though, a lot of this ash is really dry already. It looks good, it feels good, and it sounds good. So this ash that I'm splitting today, it's going to be ready here real soon. So I'm going to run the 4-wheeler back up to the splitter, do it all over again, and I'll give you an update as we go. All right, so I just finished stacking trailer load number 3. We've got 2 nice full face cords of ash there and the start of the 3rd face cord. It's like I told you earlier, that's some really good looking wood. It's pretty much dry. Somebody that gets that wood is going to be very happy. It's straight grain, looks good. But I wanted to show you what's been going on here with the bundle sales. I told you that by the time I get done filling up this last row, that the next row or other rows will be emptying out and opening up space to continue stacking. So you can see over there, there's a face cord missing. That's all campfire wood. Up front here, there's a face cord missing. That was all bundle wood. And then I've been picking bundle wood out of this maple. There was cherry here. And this was a whole face cord of ash that I bundled up just the other day. So far, just in the month of April, I know we're in May now, but for the month of April, I sold 61 bundles. And I've got about 30 in storage. I try to keep about 50 in storage. I've got 30 in storage right now, so bundle sales are doing well, and we're just getting going. So this is how much of the ash is left to split for today. We'll definitely fill out that last face cord for a full cord of ash, and then we'll get some more. Probably started on a 4th face cord out of this. And as you know, there's plenty of more barkless ash over here that we're going to get to. So we're going to start splitting and stacking some more. So here we are back at the stack. This is the very last of the ash that was in that pile up front. It's not a full trailer load, and that's what we've got started on that 4th face cord. So I don't think we're going to fill that out, but we'll go ahead and get it stacked and see what we end up with here. All right, everybody, that's a good day's worth of work. Spent about half the day here. I did leave for a little bit to go watch Taylor play volleyball. They won, so that was a good game that she had. But we're working our way up through this row, a solid cord and almost an extra 1/3 of a cord there of really nice looking ash. And we're all caught up now on the wood that's cut and was ready to be split. So now we're ready to get the chainsaws out and start bucking up some more wood. Got some oak laying there. There's a little bit of poplar laying there, and of course all the ash. I did get a call from the tree service about an hour ago who said he's going to have some wood for me tomorrow. He said he thinks it's mulberry and some cherry. Really good size, diameter, good firewood size. So I'll be picking that up tomorrow, so we'll have that here in the yard as well. Seems like every time we get a little we get a little split and stacked, we get more in the yard. So it's always playing catch up, always running behind. But I guess that's a good problem to have. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching. For those of you that made it to the end, tell your friends about the channel. Check out some of these other videos. You're seeing this on Friday, so I hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.